did you ever feel like before becoming a coach, being a nurse is like a full-time job and a half. Did you ever feel like I don't have time for something else? And how did you overcome that?
Right now, I still work my nursing job. It's my Monday through Friday, my 9 to 5. I work remotely, thankfully. And yes, I was like, how am I going to do all of this? Like the programs and the stuff, but I was able to shift my lunch break for when the calls were going on. And if I couldn't catch the call, I'd catch a recording after work. And even now, like doing my coaching calls when I was doing my certification hours, I would take them on after work or on the weekends. Even now, like doing my workshops, I did one during my lunch break and the other two were like Monday evenings. And it's possible. It's just a question of I don't want to say how badly do you want it, but like how committed are you to your own liberation or to your own expression or your own exploration of what else is possible for you?
I love that. And I feel that so many of us think that I either have to be a full-time entrepreneur or I can't try. And it's this fear of what if I try and I fail and then I have to go back to where I was before? But you're not realizing you're already there. You're literally already there.
You're already at ground zero.
So it's like, and I think it's this like embarrassment thing of like, I don't want to tell people I'm becoming a coach and then I'm like not able to take it off the ground and then they're going to think I didn't do it. And it's like, whose opinions are we so concerned about? People who also are not taking risks.
Right.
Like the only person who would judge you of like, haha, she said she was going to become a coach, but I still see her working at this job. Yeah. She shouldn't have even tried. Like what kind of person is that? You know,
someone opinions doesn't even matter.
Yeah. Someone who doesn't try. It's like, you know, I'm always doing certifications. I'm being certified to be a past life hypnotherapist right now. Like I'm always doing things, you know, and if I told my friend, they're like, I don't even know why you're trying, girl. I don't think you have the time for that. It's like, I would be like, why are you my friend? You know, it's like you try things and it's like, what I love is it guides you where you're meant to go. So it's like you became a Dharma soul purpose coach, but you've made it your own through divorce coaching, through heartbreak coaching. So it's like you take the coaching fundamentals, which are universal, right? Holding space, presence, listening, asking high mileage questions, you know, rapport, mirroring body language. These are like universal coaching things that we teach. And then the Dharma framework is now something unique. It's like a North Star that you can add to things. The learnings that you learn, okay, chakras, you're going to apply that to everything. You know, emotional skill, you're going to apply that to everything. The blueprint. And these are actually now things you can make your own. It's like maybe your own blueprint is going to have an area of heartbreak to it, or your own journey spiral will be focused on healing from betrayal. And, you know, and it's like, you can now take these frameworks and make it your own. And that's what we love to do is like, how can we train people to become the best coach that they are meant to be? Because you have a unique story that no one else has. And I feel that so many of us, we're all trying to be the same cookie cutter coach. And we look on social media and we're like, okay, everyone is doing, you know, money coaching right now. So I'm going to be a money coach. Everyone's doing human design coaching right now. I'm going to be a human design coach. We're doing all white branding. Now they're doing this champagne branding, this, that. And it's like, who are you? You know, it's like, are you an Aries?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay. I was like, I heard you say April.
So let me tell you.
She's repping the Aries right now.
Okay, so I'm a Taurus sun, but I'm a Leo rising. Okay. So I feel like my Leo rising lately has been very much like, girl, you need to get out there.
I love it. I can feel the fire and you're making it your own. And, you know, we always encourage people. We're like, this is like, we're giving you the ingredients, but like add your own spice to it. Like, do you want to add some masala spices? Do you want to add some sesame seed miso? Do you want to add some sumac, saffron? Like make it your own, some, you know, tahini.
Oh my God, I'm the worst Mexican. I'm like anti-spice.
Yeah, I feel you. But it's like, make it your own sabor, you know? And it's like, I'm always on the calls. I'm like talking, you know, I swear, whatever. And it's like, and that's just who I am. And I feel like it's like refreshing because, you know, what I see happen a lot is like, okay, I'm a coach, so I'm perfect, right? And I have it all figured out. And I like speak and coaching talk. And it's like, your clients aren't even going to feel comfortable like being themselves and being their most vulnerable selves if you're not being your most vulnerable self. So it's like, the more that you just are like, hey, you know, I don't have it figured out. You know, I love how you said, I'm still at the tail end of all of this. You know, it's not like this happened 10 years ago and you're like, oh yeah, I've been remarried twice since then. I'm trying to rethink what that was like. It was like, no, I'm in it. I'm still, you know, and it's like, and I can resonate with that feeling because it's like, you like some of the things that you said specifically, I'm like, oh, I was there too. You know, and it's like you kind of lose memory of those things when it was something so long ago. So I always say like you are the ideal coach for the version of you like 3 years ago.
Right.
You know, it's like that version of you. And again, the faster we can transmute things, it can be even like sooner and sooner versions of us. But I think the first time when we've never coached before, it's like, who was I like 3 years ago? And for you, it was like going into, okay, breath work really helped me. This really helped me. But then as you grow in your journey, who you coach grows on your journey too. Right. So for people right now who are listening and they have, you know, just some like imposter syndrome, I feel a lot of people, it's around like, I feel uncomfortable speaking. I would feel awkward showing up on social media. What do you have to say to them?
I get it. That was me. Maybe in the last year, I've slowly started using my voice, which is weird because before I got in my relationship, I realized I used to speak in front of crowds. Like I was like the spirit coordinator at my high school, like at pep rallies on a microphone talking. And then as I got in my relationship and I went through this dynamic, I feel like I started to forget who I was. This last year really has been about opening my throat and using my voice. And I get it, but you start where you're at. And that's what I did. I slowly started just by sharing reels without even speaking, but start sharing my journey. Before I even knew that I was going to be a coach, I was just like, hey, like, you know, don't be afraid to look at your shadows and like to feel your pain. Like what waits for you on the other side of that is a lot of like freedom and joy, your inner child and your future self. Well, thank you. I read that just the other day to see when did I first start sharing openly about my journey? It was before I even shared that I was getting a divorce. It was before I even knew coaching was a thing for me. It's before I knew that I wanted to facilitate breathwork. So to even go back and see, just start by sharing if you feel like something's on your heart, because a lot of the times people think that we're going through something and it's just us. And so many people are going through the same shit and they're just too afraid to be vulnerable and like to find support. Like they feel like they have to do it alone. And I think that's how I started. I just started sharing that. And then I just started opening my voice and just being like, hey, this is a journey that I've been on. This is where it's led me. Now I'm here. Everything I'm sharing with you, I am literally a walking embodiment of all of it. I would not tell you or recommend something or talk about something that I haven't personally lived, experienced, or currently embody. And I think that's like the greatest thing. So even to be here, I was just talking to my coach 2 weeks ago about how, what a test. I kept talking about how, I'm starting to share my voice on, like, I'm choosing now to declare myself as a divorce coach because I was feeling like,
it's like, here's the microphone.
Yes, basically. Yeah. Yes. And like, I decided, right. And I declared it just a month ago. And then as I started actually sharing my voice, the email comes through from your team. And I'm like, what a way to really share my voice and really crack that open. But all it took was me actually taking a chance on myself and stepping through the cringe and the imposter syndrome and doing it anyways.